Okay, we back with the second half of the interview with Jermall Charlo on Hot Boxing with Mike. If you haven't seen the first one, make sure that you scroll down and click on the video to get yourself caught up. All right, let's get into it.
Who won it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name the names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican
Definitely not
monster,
getting that much respect.
Nello, all of them.
Come on, we won't
all of them.
benefit.
He won't
Shit,
smoke.
he
won't
the real one of
smoke.
the homies. Shit, we can get in there and tangle.
Who these? When you see these guys out in public, what do? You say hi? You slap them five? What's it like? Any of these fighters, like Benavidez, you saw him out in public.
I don't
If
see
he was
him out in
right there,
public.
if he was right there, it's
They don't be outside.
They don't be outside like
He
that.
be outside.
Yeah, for sure. Wait with it. It'd probably be a fight right there. Like, but
Right.
we ain't finna like talk about it. We don't gotta be like.
This is beautiful. I
on,
I
man.
like that. Soon as you see that, we
locked in.
Yes.
Soon as
Oh,
you-
this
like,
is
you locked
beautiful. God, who you want to fight again?
Man, I want to fight the best out there, the best in the world.
Jermall Charlo, your resume tells a different story. It doesn't say anything about you wanting to fight the best. Because like I said, that Daniel Jacobs fight was there for you, would have helped build your resume, would have helped secure the Canelo fight. You got Demetrius Andrade. You can take on somebody who a lot of people have avoided, including Triple G, and somebody that Canelo Alvarez wants no part of. And you can also take on Benavidez, somebody that majority of people are scared of, and especially Canelo. You got to do something that these other guys who's sitting real high up, who can somewhat afford to be lackadaisical in their picking of opponents, do something that they scared to do, and then that's the way you can get people talking about you. But if you want to fight the best in the world, Benavidez is one of the best in the world. Truthfully, he's a two-time champion, isn't he? And he's being avoided by somebody that you're chasing. So if you want to fight one of the best is right there, and that's what Mike trying to tell him.
I want to see this guy.
Timo right now.
I want to see him and his
he's
brother
lost,
just
though.
wipe
I know, but I
everybody
still
out.
like him. He
Yeah,
had a
he
lot
nice.
going on, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he got a lot going on.
I
These
want to
women.
see
What about that one?
who
young
you,
kid,
him, and his brother.
Oh yeah,
they can wipe everything out.
They
They
excited.
got the
as hell.
potential to just wipe everything out.
Right.
That's just all I always wanted to do. No one can have any say so to nothing.
Mike said something very important. He said he always wanted to do that, clear out divisions so nobody can have claim to nothing. So when Jermall Charlo said he want to fight the best, that's how he's supposed to talk. This is how you know him fighting the best is just, once again, this man said Brandon Adams was a legacy fight. Based off of what? Who is Brandon Adams? Where is Brandon Adams now? Half the people who just heard that name don't even know who the fuck I'm talking about. If not everybody don't know who I'm talking about. But when you have that kind of hunger, that's how you view things. That's the same way Roy Jones was. And what we're trying to tell these boxers and these boxing fans today is they no longer are built like that. And the crazy thing about Mike is, Mike said in this interview that, there's no such thing as the GOAT. You're just going to have people who was great in their era, you know what I'm saying, as far as legends go. But the interesting thing about Mike is Mike will never be duplicated again. I am convinced you will not see another Mike Tyson in boxing. That's it. Because if you was going to see another Mike Tyson, we would have seen him by now. Nobody has even come close. Okay? Mike Tyson is a walking, living legend and icon. How could you not take heed to what this man says? He's basically like a god living in real time.
Right. You know what? Well, tell me, so like, what's the difference now from like your era to today? Like, what's the difference? Is it because of the promoters, the TV networks that everybody
You
not
didn't have to
matching up?
market yourself.
No one was afraid of anyone. Everyone really believed they can beat him.
And that's basically what this whole interview boils down to. Okay? These boxers today don't got the same kind of heart that Mike Tyson era comes from. He basically just summed it up. He basically said boxers today don't got no heart. You guys are scared of each other. We really thought we could beat each other. That's the difference between your era In my era, most people are trying to secure the bag before they even take a risk. Okay? So they're not concerned about nobody having no claim to nothing, cleaning out divisions, being remembered as the best, legacy, and all that stuff. That's not what they're in it for anymore, you know? And that's the main difference between this era and that era. That's why you got to praise people like Terrence Bud Crawford, throwback fighter. You got to praise people like Anthony Joshua, throwback fighter. And you know what? Believe it or not, you even got to praise people like Adrian Broner. You want to know why? Adrian Broner fought everybody and will fight anybody. Period. You got to praise that. This is something that I believe Jerron Boots Ennis is. You know, just got to give it some more time before we figure out, you know, what's going on with him. You know, so that's why I champion people who always trying to fight the best. You don't have to be the best fighter. As long as your character and mentality is such of somebody who wants to take on the best and want to challenge themselves, 9 times out of 10, Bruce Wayne gonna be a fan.
But it's a business, more business, it's
Yeah.
more money than
Absolutely.
ever
Floyd
before.
Mayweather changed the game of it when he turned into the pretty boy.
And that is a complete and utter lie. Everybody loves to dump all kind of shit on Mayweather. Mayweather got his blueprint from Roy Jones Jr. And if you know about Roy Jones Jr., Mr. Y'all must have forgot. All he ever wanted to do was fight the best and take on the best challenges and have everybody know that he was the number one guy. That was his mentality. And you can't use people like Floyd because Floyd also took on the best. That's the difference between that era and the era that Jermall Charlo comes from. But Mike Tyson finna clear that up for him.
Yeah, that was cool too. But he had to get in that ring and fight too. He had to fight the best competitor. He wiped everybody out. And that's why he's who he is. He beat everybody. He beat everybody I thought would give him a chance. He's wiped everybody out. Nobody can even match him. The best. He didn't pick guys. He took the best. Even the guys I picked against him, he beat everybody, made everybody wrong.
Right.
And that's why he's who he is.
You do realize it's not up to most fighters no more.
That's what
Boy, Jermall Charlo showed up to that interview with his excuse bag full to the limit, didn't he? Can't keep coming up with these excuses. You saying this, you saying that. Once Mike shut that shit down, oh, you know it ain't up to us no more. What are you talking about? PBC fighters, y'all own promoter, Lions only, this and that. That's not true? Interesting.
I'm saying.
No, that's the
Most
whole
fighters.
thing.
It's like the network.
No, I had to fight against things. We had different networks, and I said no. And Lennox Lewis too. I said, if I'm not doing nothing unless I fight him. That's all you have to. You both fighters say, I'm not fighting nobody unless I fight him. I'm not fighting nobody. Strip the belt from me. If I'm not fighting him, I'm not fighting nobody.
And Mike keeps shutting his ass down. He said, no, I don't want to hear that. I done had fights with people that was from a different promotional company and stuff like that. You know, he's telling you how to get the fight made. He said, look, I ain't fighting nobody unless you give me this dude. You could take the belts. You could take this. You could take that. That's who I want. Why would you not listen to a legend? Why would you not listen to somebody with a glorified boxing history like his? Mike ain't telling you nothing wrong. He telling you nothing but the gospel. That's why one of the best things that I think happened to Jermall Charlo and to the boxing world was him going on Hot Boxing with Mike, because Mike kept this shit 110% funky. He didn't let Jermall Charlo slide in with no lame ass excuses. He wasn't buying that shit. He was trying to make him call people out. He was saying, why you ain't fight this dude? You scared, you this, you that. You know what? If only the boxing world was more like Mike Tyson in droves, shit. A lot of these guys who don't want to fight, don't want to put in no work, don't got nowhere to hide. They'll be forced to get kicked out of the damn game or fight somebody.
That's what happened to people who got the belt stripped just to fight each other.
But it's different now.
Yeah, no, it don't have to be different.
Yeah, they got
There's a lot of belts out there. They
take
making
them
up
all, take them all, get them all, rack them up. This is the business when you in here. This is about competition. You win as many championships as you win. You're not in here to play. This is not a game. This is for immortality.
Man, the way Mike talking, man, how could you not be pumped up and excited? How could this dude not get you amped? Do you hear what he just said? This is for immortality. You know, you got an opportunity to be remembered to the whole world more than the average man walking down the street. Okay? That's for immortality, where your name will live on and on and on and on. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody's going to get the opportunity to be remembered like that. You know, but that's somebody who actually cared about their legacy. But that's why Mike is who he is. And this is the thing about chasing the bag. If you chase what Mike is talking about, you will forever have a endless bag. Okay? Mike can go anywhere and get paid just to sit down and talk. Mike can go anywhere and get paid just for his presence. And why is that? Because his legacy is so rich. Anybody would pay any amount of money just to sit down and be able to pick his brain or just to have him talk. That's what a legacy gives you. Okay? You're looking at the long term or the short term. Guess who else can do that? Floyd Mayweather. Floyd ain't got to fight. Floyd can go over there to the UK overseas and just do interviews. And he'll sell out arenas just sitting down around people who want to hear him talk, who want to hear about his career, who want to hear about his toughest fights, how he got to this, how he got to that, how he maneuvered in the boxing world. That's what a legacy gives you. Okay? But what Jermall Charlo is chasing is limited. Once you hang them gloves up, you're done. You will be overshadowed by the next person who's willing to work more harder than you.